What's going on, guys? Palki and Naruto back again for another Magic the Gathering video, and I'm here today to do my second Sunday Magic vlog. The only reason I didn't do one last week is because I forgot, because I'm an idiot. Obviously, you know, I didn't get much reception from the first one, so I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna keep doing it until people complain about it and have some actual criticism for it. Like, the one comment I got was, "You're a nerd." Like, that's not, you know, that has nothing to do with the video. I am a nerd, I know it. So today I'm going to talk about not my FNM results. I did not go to FNM, but I'm going to talk about some deck techs I saw, the Players' Championship, how my Wolf Run deck has changed, and probably just some other cool stuff. Let's just get right into this. Did anyone see the Luis Scott Vargas Wolf Run deck and not go, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever"? That deck was horrible. That deck is horrendous. Not horrendous. It's okay, but it is definitely not what you should be doing with Wolf Run. First off, he took away Galvanic Blast. Why would you take away Galvanic Blast in a format with, like, here's a creature, here's a creature, here's a creature? Let's run 6 sweeper effects. Well, I mean, they cost a lot, so, you know, people can counter it. We're not running Galvanic Blast. It's just like he didn't want to run Galvanic Blast. That seems to be the way he went about it. And 4 Whip Flare? Are you serious, man? Hero Bladehold? Like Stormblood Berserker? And yes, that's still a card. I played it at FNM 2 weeks ago. You know, Champion the Parish right away gets way more powerful. There's a ton of cards that don't die to Whip Flare. I would go 4 Slagstorm before 4 Whip Flare ever. And you can call me stupid. You can say I don't understand, you know, what I need to do with Wolf Run. But I've been running Wolf Run since Innistrad. I was running Wolf Run Green, like, the first week of the new standard. So I know a little bit about Wolf Run, and I can tell you, I posted on the video, I'm like, I love you, Luis Scott Vargas, you're a great player, but, you know, I just think you went the wrong direction with this. And someone responded, instead of, like, you know, well, you know, I like how you did this, and he's just like, yeah, but he's at the World Magic Cup. And I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? You know, yeah, he's a great player. He's way better than me as a player. And probably as a deck builder overall, but that doesn't mean that he makes 100% great decisions, and that every deck tech he does was crafted by God himself. You know, so that's just my opinion on the deck. The deck 400. Why 1 Green Sun's Zenith? I don't really understand. Moving on to a Players' Championship. So sad Paolo lost. I just think he went the wrong way in Modern. Zoo was a bad choice for your Modern deck, Paolo, but, you know, what a great player. What a great job. I was so happy we made top 4. Sad John Finkel lost, too. One sec. Sad John Finkel lost, too, because John Finkel is the greatest player ever. But, you know, he really didn't deserve to win. That deck him and Brian Kilver were playing wasn't that good. It definitely didn't compete at all with the you know, the Jun deck, and of course Yasuoka's deck. Shout out to Yasuoka. I don't think he'll ever see this random video on YouTube, but great job by him. Great deck. That final game in the finals was epic, and great job, Yu Watanabe. I was rooting for him if Paolo couldn't win, because frankly, I love Jund, and I think Jund, he was probably playing the best deck. I felt like going into that final, even though shout out to Yasuoka probably had a better result. I just, really great job by Watanabe, and it's good to see him being a player of the year again. First person since Kai Buddha to be player of the year twice. My Wolf Run deck now, moving on to that. I want to talk about that real quick. Where do I even begin? I changed the list a bit again. So, my list now, still got the 4 Galvanics, 4 Slagstorms, 1 Bonfire. I did finally get a Bonfire. I was so happy about that. Then I have, of course, the 4 Solemn, 4 Rampagers, 4 Sphere of the Suns. I have 3 Inferno Titans. Adjusted the list. I felt like Inferno Titan was better. Late game, you top deck a Worm Coil. It's like, yeah, it's good, but, you know, it doesn't kill my opponent right there. If it's Inferno Titan, if I play it and then they don't kill it, next turn, that's going to be 6 damage net total just from his coming in and attacking, so I can win the game. I like the burn better, but of course Worm Coil is still a great card, and I really did debate going from 2-2 to 3-1 in favor of Inferno. I like that card too much, I guess. 3 Inferno, 1 Worm Coil, and the new stuff is 1 bird, 1 Huntmaster, 1 Thragtusk, 4 Primeval, 3 Green Sun Zeniths. As I did the testing over time, I realized even with 10 ways to get a Titan in my deck, a Titan or a Wormcoil, I felt like, personally, I want more. And Green Sun Zenith, as I realized as time passed, I'm only running 7 creatures, why run 3? I just like that extra way to get a Titan. Increasing your chances of getting a Titan is never bad, and if it's early in the game and you got a Green Suns and you have that Huntmaster in deck, it can be pretty good. I also cut down to 25 lands, if you're wondering why the numbers add up the way they do. But yeah, that's pretty much how that went. So, running out of time here to talk in the Sunday Magic Vlog number 2. Really quickly, Shocklands, son. Anyone else pretty freaking excited for this? I'm excited for the Shocklands. Of course, I've never played, I didn't get into it until World Wake, so I've never actually played with Shocklands. I mean, I played it with my brother in EDH when we got in the early going, but I haven't played with Shocklands in Standard, so that should be exciting. I'm looking to play Black-Red Vampires post-rotation, but of course I haven't even seen all the new cards, but that's my hope, my prayer. I just want to play Vampire Nocturnes so bad. I played Red-Black Vampires before, you know, when it was one of the top-tier decks, so hoping to get back into that. Going into football, touching on football for a second, gotta say, I'm a little bit worried about the Patriots. We looked very, very rough against the Buccaneers. Of course, Tom Brady is still, in my opinion, the best playing today. As good as Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees have played, Brees had an off year in 2010. You know, Brees, you know, has always played great, but, you know, in 2010 he wasn't, you know, the upper echelon. He had that off year. So they still made the playoffs, I think, right? I think they still made the playoffs after their Super Bowl year. But, you know, he dropped off for a second. Rodgers, I want to put him at the top. I really do. He's so good. Best talent-wise quarterback ever. Raw talent. Just, Aaron Rodgers is the best. But not the best ever. And I think it's still too early to put him as the best quarterback in the game. So, you know, I'm a bit worried about the Patriots, though, because we dropped some passes, we couldn't put points up on the board against the Buccaneers, and we have struggled, but I'm looking forward to the regular season start of that. And also, I think we can go back again. We can, if Brady goes back to a 6th Super Bowl, I'm going to move him ahead of Joe Montana. Right now, it is Unitas, Montana, Brady. If Brady goes to another Super Bowl, I don't care if he loses. You can have your own feelings about this. I'm not trying to start an argument, but Tom Brady will have gone to 6. He'll have lost 3, won 3, but going to 6 Super Bowls, winning 2 league MVPs, throwing for over 50,000 yards, over 300 touchdowns, only 115 picks currently, I would have to put him ahead of Joe Montana. Just because I don't judge it as the team, I judge it as the player. Joe Montana's team had a great defense, great offense, great special teams. Tom Brady last year when he made the Super Bowl, they were 13-3, and they had no defense, okay? You can have your own argument, your own feelings about it, but they had no defense. And with Brady able to lead the team down the field to win that game, you know, win the games he did, not the Super Bowl, but, you know, win the games he did with no defensive, you know, talent, with, you know, no running game to speak of. It's not like when he went on that field, there was a Ravens mentality where they could go, okay, Joe Flacco could pass or Ray Rice could run, even though Ray Rice is obviously running the ball more than 60% of the time, but it's a possibility. It was Tom Brady's passing, and if they're running, go ahead. Go ahead. We can send 8 guys back in coverage, and we'll still get you at that, like, after 2 yards. That's how bad the running backs were. So I would have to put Brady over Montana if he goes to another Super Bowl. If he wins another one, I put him at number 1. But that's a long way away. We still got a whole season ahead of us. I'm very excited about Magic. I'm excited about Return to Ravnica, and I'm excited for 5 more weeks of Primeval Titan. You know, I'm looking ahead, but at the same time, I'm staying in the moment. I'm looking to play Wolf Run. I I might be able to get another bonfire before Friday, so hoping I can run 2 bonfire, 3 slag storm. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about football, and I'm feeling really good about Magic. So tell me you guys how you did at Magic. Tell me what deck you're running, and tell me if you have any suggestions as to what you'd like for me to talk about Magic or football related on here. But that's pretty much it for the Palki and Arthur for the second Sunday Magic vlog. Signing off.